Hey, good afternoon, my friends. It's Patrick Allman with another episode of the Stop Doing Nothing show. If the environment's looking a little bit different here, it's because I'm in the process of a move, and the video studio that I've talked about in previous videos is still in the process of getting set up. So if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, you can see behind me there, I've still got video equipment out and about. I've still got the sound padding up in stacks. I haven't actually deployed it yet. If you want to see what that looks like, go look at a previous video. I did an unwrapping video to see why I recommend buying sound baffling for your studios. And real quick, if you are watching this on YouTube and you're a big podcast listener, do me a favor, go over and subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher, and vice versa if you're listening to just the audio in your car, because we've got a lot of podcast listeners and it's growing every single week. Go over and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. This week I want to talk to you about the beauty of ignorance and why I think that sometimes I get held back because I'm not as ignorant about things as I should be, and why I think some people succeed despite their ignorance. I am a cynical person. If you have never seen any of my previous videos, you notice oftentimes I talk about cynicism, how I don't believe things, and how my cynical side holds me back sometimes. And I think that there are some people in the world, younger than me, older than me, who don't have that cynical side and who don't know how the world works, and that actually helps them succeed. The cynical side of me, what it does, and if you're a cynical person too, I'm kind of curious about this, is it makes you see things almost in a too realistic manner, and you see all this realistic stuff and you think, it can't be done, or there are things that are going to hold you back. And I'm jealous sometimes of the people that aren't smart enough to know they can't do something. And maybe smart's the wrong term there. They aren't wise enough. They haven't realized yet what they can't do. There's a really good video I share from Casey Neistat on my blog over at stopdoingnothing.com called Do What You Can. He put that out a few months ago, I think, and I just found it and shared it on my blog. And yeah, that's the title of the video, Do What You Can't. And the beauty of it is people that are ignorant don't know they can't do something. When you overanalyze something, which is something I've done too much of, you realize all the ways that things could fail, all the ways that things could go wrong, all the ways that you could screw up and fall flat on your face, and blood can gushing out of your eyes, and you can break bones or whatever. But the people that I'm often jealous of, and I'm getting better about this too, but the people I'm often jealous of are the people that wake up in the morning to go attempt something they don't know it can't be done. They're 18, they're 19, and they go out to start a business, or they go out to run a marathon, or they go out to do something what seems like wild and crazy and stupid to someone who's older, but they don't know it can't be done. And that's the beauty of being ignorant about some things, or having a belief that you don't know that it can't be done. Now, how do you get that? How do you get that self-confidence to know that it can't be done? Probably the best way, I can give you some advice there on that, probably the best way to do that is the modeling I've seen done. That's one of the ways I get a lot of self-confidence. And if you're someone who kind of lacks there, I think that's where it comes from, the fact that you don't have the self-confidence oftentimes to believe it can't be done. Your doubts and your fears and your inner dialogue is telling you it can't be done. That comes from self-confidence. How do you get that self-confidence? I get that self-confidence by modeling, by watching other people do what can't be done. When I think about, putting on a workshop, which I want to do more, I sit down with my friends, and some of you are those friends that are probably watching this video, and I see them put on workshops, or I see them put on events, which is something I really want to do. I want to have massive events with 20, 50, 100,000 people there. Just got to start off with, 10 people. And they don't know it can't be done. They say, here's the date, here's a time, here's what I want to charge. I don't know that it can't be done. That kind of goes contrary to my inner dialogue when I see something like that. When I see something like that, when I want to put on an event and I want to get 20 people in the room, I keep thinking, oh my goodness gracious, how many more people out there that know what I know, that do what I do, that have done what I've done? Why would they want to come to my event? Why would they want to come to my training? Whether it's on marketing or self-confidence or leadership or social media or any one of the social media. What the heck was I saying there? There's no such thing as a social meteor. There's social media, and there's a space meteor, but there's no such thing as a social meteor. That's the Oklahoma coming out in me. But when I see things like that, oftentimes I see all the roadblocks that get in the way. And I think about all the people that are out there that have done much bigger events than me, that have more money than me, that have more of a marketing budget than me, that can do better than me. And those things are the things that are going to hold me back. But then what I do is I find, as I kind of sit back and I watch some friends of mine who don't know that that can't be done. Do what you can't. When you don't know something can't be done, you just plow forward and you don't listen to the people like me, like Patrick Allman sometimes, who says, well, you can't do that, or that's not going to happen, or maybe you should take it easy on yourself. So if you're someone who's having a challenge with your self-confidence, that may be one thing you want to do, is start following people, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, and look at people that don't have that cynical gene in them, that don't know that something can't be done. The whole do what you can't philosophy. Go find that video from Casey Neistat. It's pretty damn cool. But follow people that are doing things oftentimes, here's another one I look at. I look at people that are doing things with very low budgets or very few resources or very little experience. Those are the ones that really amaze me. Typically in our world of business or entrepreneurship or marketing or speaking or whatever it is, we look for people that have decades of experience. And those are the people we figure are doing amazing things. If you want to do a keynote in front of 20,000 people, you have to be in your speaking business for 20 years, right? Or if you want to have a massive product library like Brian Tracy, who's got like an online store with like a couple hundred products in there, I've counted before. You've got to be in the public speaking business for decades like Brian Tracy has been. Or if you're someone who wants to put on big events, you have to have a massive marketing budget. Don't go into putting on big events unless you've got $10,000, $20,000 to do the videos and all the work, right? If you want to look for good examples of people, look for people that got creative and got resourceful when they didn't have resources. The kind of resources I'm talking about are time, money, and experience. When I see people that have a very low, of those three things, they have a very little of it in their hip pocket. They don't have a lot of time, they don't have a lot of experience, they don't have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of resources in general, and they still pull amazing things out of their ass and put on either amazing events or accomplish amazing things in their personal life or in their business life, or they're traveling. They've learned how to travel on a budget. Those people are the ones that absolutely amaze me. The people, that's the whole concept of Airbnb, right? The fact that you can hop from place to place to place with a very low budget. Those are the people that absolutely amaze me. I'm somewhat impressed by people who have a lot of resources and still do impressive things. I don't mean to downplay those people. But the people that don't have a lot of resources, you're probably hearing the damn cat in the background. The people that don't have a lot of resources, time and money and and experience, and they still pull amazing things out of their ass. Those are the people that I really absolutely admire. So do me a favor, go follow some of those people, read their blogs, watch their videos, listen to their podcasts, listen to how they got resourceful with and how they filled that gap from, they wanted something in life. They didn't have a lot of time, money, experience, or other resources, and they still pulled off something amazing. Those are the people I want you to follow. Those are the people that you should be learning from, as the people that, came from nowhere. I'm a big fan of Ryan Stewman, a hardcore closer out of Dallas, and people that come from really rough backgrounds, used to be into drugs, used to be in prison, have done prison terms, and nowadays they're multimillionaires and they're putting on huge events and they have huge followings. People like that absolutely amaze me. They press forward. They don't know it can't be done. They look at something and they say, yeah, but. You know what? You don't have a lot of money. Yeah, but we have this. You don't have a lot of time. Yeah, but whatever. You don't have a lot of experience doing this or teaching this, or you're not certified in this. Oh, don't get me started on the whole certification thing. When someone looks at those roadblocks that are put up, those things that are getting in the way, and they say, yeah, but, As in, yep, that's a hurdle. Next, let's go whatever. Yeah, that's a hurdle. Next, let's go whatever. When you can find people like that, you can model those people, and you can listen to those words of those people. Sometimes it may be me. There are plenty of times where I can be resourceful on things, and there's sometimes where I can be very cynical on things. When you find someone like that who you can model and really learn a lot from, and you can see their mindset of just always plowing through barrier after barrier after barrier. People that when walls are put up in front of them, they just put their shoulder down, like in football, and they just plow through that shit. That is absolutely amazing to me. So find those people that you want to learn from. Learn from them and pay attention to how they work through roadblocks. You start busting through those roadblocks and you realize that there's really nothing you can't do. Then your life is the world is your oyster. The world is a platter onto which you can mold like Play-Doh and do whatever you want. So do that. Do me a favor, go out and do some modeling. I'm curious if you've ever had this. If you used to have that mindset of things you couldn't do, how would you get through that? Do me a favor and tweet me, follow me on Facebook, send me a message publicly or privately, leave a comment below this video from wherever you're watching it, and let me know how you got through that. But do me a favor, go out there, start doing some modeling, put your shoulder down, bust your ass, and whenever anyone says, your mother, your father, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your teacher, your uncle, your nephew, your cousin, whatever, whenever someone does that and they say you can't do that, you're like, yeah, but. Don't have any money? Yeah, but. Don't have any time? Yeah, but. Don't have a big, giant, fancy studio to make YouTube videos? Yeah, but. Whatever. I've got a phone. I've got a microphone. I've got a room. I'm going to get my shit to work. Hey, put that shoulder down. I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Stitcher. Leave me a review and some comments because I love hearing your guys' feedback. There's nothing that makes me happier when I make a video than to get good feedback from you guys. Actually, feedback of any kind. Positive or negative, what you liked and what you didn't like, leave that information in the comment section. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. And the next podcast. Take care.